NVIDIA helped invent the modern GPU, and the stock today trades around $186. Yeah, it's down about 7% since I last covered it. But here's what everyone's asking themselves. After running up nearly 40% this year, can it keep going? Well, honestly, I am excited about what I'm seeing, and I wouldn't be surprised if I saw $400 or even $500 for NVIDIA stock, because while everyone is obsessing over the hype cycle, NVIDIA quietly reported $57 billion in third quarter revenue in a single quarter, and most people, they're still not connecting the dots. NVIDIA isn't just selling chips. They're selling the whole machine, the hardware, the software, and the AI factories that tie it all together. And then there's something that I'm watching I haven't heard anyone talk about, and it shows up deep inside their balance sheet. And I think it'll completely change how you value the stock. So by the end of this video, you're going to know whether NVIDIA's current price today makes sense at these levels, what's actually driving their earnings, and the one number that tells us if this run has legs or if we're staring at the ceiling. Hey, what's up? My name is Rick Orford. I've been trading since 1999, and no, I'm not a financial advisor. That's a good thing. I break down the numbers so retail investors like us can make smarter, more confident decisions with our money. By the way, I wanted to give a quick shout out to our friends at Moomoo for sponsoring this video. I gotta say, I'm loving their AI assistant. I mean, it's kind of like ChatGPT, but it's connected with real-time market data, so you can get in-depth and pinpoint analysis. And if that's not enough, new and qualified users from the States can get up to $1,000 worth of NVIDIA stock and up to 8.1% APY for a limited time with their cash sweep program. Scan this QR code or check the link in the description to see why 27 million users trust Moomoo for their everyday trading needs. Okay, so bit of a history lesson. NVIDIA started as a graphics chip builder and is now transformed into essentially the backbone of modern computing. And the crazy part is that most of us still don't understand how big the shift really is. I mean, NVIDIA helps data centers work faster, and it helps people fix problems that were once unsolvable. That's not marketing fluff. This is real-world computational power just getting unlocked. Jensen Huang and two others founded the company in 1993, and they first invented the GPU in 1999, and they pushed the envelope of accelerated computing. Now, their tech is the backbone of AI, and this is where the story starts to accelerate. Today, NVIDIA still builds platforms, yes, for gaming and professional graphics, but now they've got their fingers in data centers, automotive, and research teams. In other words, they're no longer just a chip company, they're becoming an infrastructure giant. NVIDIA makes the chips, the systems, and the software all work together as a single stack, making it a full stack. And full stack matters because it locks in customers, it locks in multiple streams of revenue, and it just creates this flywheel that keeps going, that keeps growing the revenue. And then we have DGX systems. I mean, these move projects from experiments to production, operating like AI factories themselves. Think of DGX as the assembly line for intelligence, the place where raw data becomes actual performance. NVIDIA's AI enterprise combines models and microservices so companies can build and run applications in production with less guessing and defined costs. So it gives companies a predictable, scalable way to deploy AI without blowing up their budget. NVIDIA's AI data platform brings together storage, infrastructure, and software to allow AI agents to log the right information at the right moment and execute actions. And this is the plumbing of AI, right? Quiet, invisible, but absolutely essential. Customers from the gaming industry all the way to machine learning are all knocking on NVIDIA's doors for their goods, right? For investors, that means multiple streams of revenue, which means lots of value. And that's that flywheel I'm talking about, because anytime a company becomes mission critical across industries, Valuations, they start to get very interesting. Now, their main mission is to make miracles of AI being accessible to all by building and selling the most advanced machines today. And the more AI grows, the more this mission turns into pure financial momentum. NVIDIA's founder, Jensen Huang, pushes towards this goal alongside a veteran management team. I mean, love him or hate him, this guy executes quarter after quarter. I mean, NVIDIA values sustainability and ethical AI, which is important when their tech powers all of the supercomputers all over the world. And with regulators circling the AI space, this positioning could become a long-term advantage for the company. Now, you probably know NVIDIA because they build systems around advanced technology that's being used by companies everywhere. But what you might not realize is just how deeply embedded they've become in global infrastructure. For example, NVIDIA just teamed up with Palantir to bring data into decision intelligence. Palantir's intelligence technology is being used in NVIDIA hardware. So now, customers in sectors like retail and healthcare will be assisted by AI robots instead of a cranky customer service agent. That's not sci-fi, that's revenue, and it's happening right now. And NVIDIA is here in the spotlight because they unlock the world, so to speak, for everyone, and the market knows it. Now, with all that out of the way, let's jump into their stock price to see their recent performance, because numbers don't lie, and NVIDIA's numbers, well, they've been rather explosive. Now, NVIDIA stock last traded around $186, which is about 7% less than the last time I covered them. And a pullback like this, I mean, it always begs the question, is this a buying window or is it just the market catching its breath, right? But if we look, or if we zoom out a little, the stock is up nearly 40% year to date and around 27% over the last 52 weeks. But in pre-market trading, it's up about 5%. And when a mega cap moves like that, something big is happening under the hood. And they released the third quarter numbers for fiscal 2026. And I know a lot of you on my Discord has been waiting for this. So let's jump right into it because yes, these numbers are wild. When you walk through NVIDIA's latest numbers, you can absolutely see why investors keep calling NVIDIA a cash machine. For the third quarter of fiscal 2026, revenue hit about $57 billion, up 22% from the prior quarter and around 62% year over year. Gross margin on a GAAP basis came in around 73.4%, and operating expenses came out to around $5.8 billion. Net income for the quarter came in at nearly $32 billion, up 65% from a year ago, or around $1.30 a share, which is 67% more than the previous year. I mean, these aren't normal numbers. That's hyper growth at mega cap scale. Third quarter non-GAAP net income was about $31.8 billion with gross margin of about 73.6%. So it's showing us that profitability is strong, and margins like that mean pricing power, and pricing power just means dominance. It's that whole flywheel, right? No wonder they're the biggest company in the world by market cap. So the key takeaway here is that this isn't a slow grind on the way up. It's a business where earnings are compounding quickly as AI demand ramps up. And a lot of NVIDIA's growth is caused by the AI boom, of course. And as long as AI adoption keeps climbing, this tailwind isn't going to be slowing down. Total assets for the quarter sit at around $161 billion, including nearly $61 billion in cash, cash equivalents, and marketable securities. That's against liabilities that are about $42.3 billion, with total long-term and short-term debt around $8.5 billion. And that represents a debt-to-assets ratio of about 5%, meaning that only a small part of the company relies on borrowed money, and that the company isn't worried at all about their ability to pay back the debt. I mean, a balance sheet this clean gives them a lot of freedom. Freedom to expand, freedom to invest, and withstand whatever the market throws at them. And free cash flow landed near $22 billion, up more than 30% from the same period last year. And free cash flow, this is king. and NVIDIA is acting like royalty. The company keeps investing heavily, of course, in data centers and networking because the combination of rapid revenue growth, thick margins, and a conservative balance sheet is exactly what long-term investors like us hope for in a dominant platform company. Now, because of their cash position, they look like a solid and stable company, at least to me, that continues to print money. And companies that print money like this tend to overperform over the long term, especially when they're still in expansion mode. So, is NVIDIA stock a buy after they've just released their financials? Well, consider that a consensus among 46 analysts rate NVIDIA stock a strong buy with a score of 4.74. It's a bit higher than the last time I covered it. The high target price, though, has stayed the same at about $350, and this suggests that analysts see about 90% upside from today. And analysts almost never agree, but here they're basically all shouting the same thing, and even I agree. NVIDIA's Blackwells, they're sold out, and they've even got a backlog, and they're even having trouble keeping up. Things can only get better. But what about you? What do you think? Are you buying or selling NVIDIA after their financials just released? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe if you found the video helpful, because if you do, it'll help others find it, it'll support the channel, and you won't miss out on any of my future videos. Now, I wanted to thank you so much for watching. That's it for me today. I'll see you next time.